And please stay muted and we're going to get started. So, hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, my name is Keith Jones, and I just want to welcome you here at our real estate live property tour national level, where we have investors from all over the United States. I'm here in Virginia. Our speakers are out of Chicago. Hopefully I said that right. But they're out of Chicago, and they're going to talk about short-term rentals, women in real estate and rentals. And you try to figure out, man, should I do something like this? And I know you probably watch HGTV and you're like, man, I have all these questions. But guess what? This is a live property tour with somebody in action right now doing real estate. You say, well, maybe I should do real estate, but I don't know with COVID and all this kind of stuff. No, we're talking about somebody right now doing real estate investing. And so we have the opportunity to have Lisa and Roxanne they just ready to share some information with us. So again, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you don't mind staying muted, that would be great, because our speakers today have a lot of information they want to share. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get right into it. So Lisa, Roxanne, if you don't mind coming on out and just tell us who you are, where you are. Matter of fact, why did you really want to get into real estate investing? I'm just curious, because a lot of people are brand new here and some have been here before, and they just really curious when it comes to, should I do this thing called real estate investing? I'm scared. I'm not really sure, and maybe if you don't mind sharing your story, what made you, or what I call your why? Why did you want to do real estate investing?
There I go first.
And yes, we can hear you.
My name is Roxanne, and the reason, I got into Renatus in 2018. The reason that I joined and decided that real estate was going to be something is because I took a look at what was sitting in my retirement plan and said, that ain't going to get me very far. So we need to be finding something else that is going to get me the passive income, so that I've got monthly revenue coming in above and beyond what Social Security will provide, as well as what's in my retirement plan. So that's why I got into it. And I'm Lisa Ginder, and I got into it. I was into property management back in my 20s. And I always loved doing that. But then I got away from it, had a kid, and I always wanted to get back into it, just didn't know how. When I found Renatus and started learning how, I was excited to jump in, but also very scared to jump in. So I joined back in 2019, and it took me a while to get through all the classes, because I do own my own medical billing business for 22 years. So I have a full-time business too. And I'm still able to study and run the short-term rentals too. And also Roxanne owns her own bookkeeping business. So we both own our own businesses, and we still have time for short-term rentals. And that's what we loved about it. We wanted to get to retire someday, not have to live off of Social Security. So,
that's really interesting, right? That first of all, thank you for what y'all do. Y'all both are busy, but you still had time to reach out to one of the things that you always wanted to do, or you was doing, but you knew that there was something out there that can help you get to where you needed to be. Because as we kind of go through life, things always pop up and things that happen. Like even myself, been in the military for over 24 years and started to realize, what, that was successful, but I'm missing something. And that's really interesting. So you both had time to, learn and to actually take action in real estate investing. That's awesome.
Yeah, the taking action is what the important part is. We wasted so much time being scared. And the scarcity is always there, and there's always a risk in everything you take. But if you don't take that risk, you're never going to get anywhere. And that's what we decided. When Jay Massey came out in December of last year, we were just like, that's it. we're done being scared. Right after the J. Massey, we went and incorporated our business. And I mean, literally right after, like 501, we went in and got our corporation started. We said, that's it, that's enough. We had to wait till after tax season because, of course, she's a bookkeeper. So she was busy with taxes. So we had to wait till tax season. So we kind of just were in between January and March, we basically networked with people who owned property in Renatus, owned multi-use units. So that way we took them out to lunch. We discussed how are we going to get involved with them. Then in May, we were ready to go.
Wow. So wait a minute. So let me make sure I'm understanding. So you wanted to understand and learn about real estate investing. You found a community like this who's sharing information. And it sounds like for a lot of people who don't know, you met the instructor who taught you how to do what you're doing, what you're about to show us today.
Yep.
And because of that, and plus the other investors and other things, you was able to put things together and actually take action. So it's not that real estate is risky. You just know how to reduce your risk by learning.
Yeah,
and
correct.
Because you learned, you actually took action. So that lack of confidence was because there was a lack of method. But now you know the method to it, your confidence is a lot higher. This is awesome. This is really awesome.
Awesome.
So how did your journey? How did you actually get started? I mean, what was your journey?
My journey was, I started back in 2019. I just was doing wholesaling. Then after I did one wholesale, they started making this rule in Illinois that you could only wholesale one property in 12 months. And I said, well, that's not going to do me any good anymore. So I loved wholesaling, but that wasn't going to make me money for the future. So I figured I liked rentals, and short-term rentals caught me because you could make double the rent or even triple the rent. And I smelled money. So everybody smells money. They go, and then when you actually love what you do, the money even comes more. So you got to find your niche. And then after you find your niche, then you got it made. And Jay Massey's class, Investor ID, definitely tells you to find your niche, what kind of people. And then also he tells you what kind of people you want to serve.
Awesome.
So
yeah, that's awesome.
We found out who we wanted to serve. That's what we kind of tell you in the slideshow here. This is how we began. What classes were making us what we are today is the tax and legal class. Of course, we had to know how to set up our entity, properly, and then the short-term rental classes, and then also I took the property management classes because I have to know how to deal with people. Even though we're not a property management company, you still have to know how to deal with people's questions and how to answer them, how to deal with if they're not moved out in time and everything. You still need to know those things. So that's why I kind of took the property management class, and that helped me a lot. And then the community, you can see there's people here. This person, these two people, this was actually, this thanks one was at my wedding. They were at my wedding, and they just become your family. And they walked us through our first one, basically took us by our hand and said, stop being scared. We'll walk you through the first one. And we're actually sitting in one of our first ones. And they walked us through setting up all the locks and the codes and everything. They didn't let us go until they got us even to put it on the platform on AirBNB and Verbo. So she even walked me through that. So I couldn't ask for anything more out of this community when, you're scared and people just take you by the hand and say, come with us, and this is what we did. These are the mistakes we made, and we're not going to let you make those mistakes.
Wow, that is awesome, because some people brand new today, they've never been to one of these live property tours, and as you are explaining like the classes, so somebody said, what are these classes? How do I get involved? How do I learn more about those classes? So right after this meeting, there's another meeting that actually kind of walks you through that process to understand about the different classes and what you kind of lay it out. But and then ask the person who invited you to this meeting, and they will get you to another meeting right after this one. It's a different Zoom link, so you probably want to send them that message now. But the thing I like about what you have here, you're talking about the community help, like somebody walk you through. Because I know when I was getting started, that's what I was looking for. It wasn't just the information. I wasn't like the smartest kid in school. So I kind of needed help, right? So I'm looking for somebody to kind of hold my hand through the process. Did you feel that with the community and,
Yes.
education and then the community? Did you feel that?
Yes, most definitely. And one of the things that was very important for me in what I liked with basically it was the hand holding is, I can read. I'm one who learns not only through visual, but also need that step by step. Let's go and actually do it. And so to have somebody that sat down with us and went through everything from start to finish, shared with us all of their lists, everything that they had was awesome for me because now I could see how all of it connected together in real time, as opposed to just seeing it in a book or watching it on the video. I need to have somebody that's like, yeah. But now I want to see it in real time. Yeah. And we got that. And so that was like, okay, we can do this. I mean, I know from watching it, it said we could do it, but no, now I know we really can because we walked through it with somebody else. It was awesome.
And now we have the honors to actually do that and paying it forward. We helped 2 people get their short-term rental started, like this couple did to us. Now we took them by the hand and we were able to help them through it. And that was the biggest excitement in the world for me. It's just giving back, paying it forward, and anything that we can do. We help the Renatus community a lot. And now we're getting to help members because now we kind of know what we're doing. We make mistakes, but we know what we're doing. And now even to this day, we have communication with this couple and we ask them, like, if we have a question, we can just call them. They're a phone call away, and that's what's great about having the help you need when you need it. Not like, okay, I'll get back to you in 24 hours, or something like that. So it's really having tech support right at your fingertips, and I love it.
Yeah, I agree with you. And so, I'm looking at the chat, people are saying, that's awesome. The community support, inspiring, ladies. And, that just brings us a really good point on that one. Some people would say, you got, women are actually doing this. Did you feel that you couldn't at some point? I mean, I know the community was helping you, but, what was that little like, hey, we can do this, right?
Me and Roxanne was talking about doing it for 1 year. That's how long it took us because I didn't have the good credit. I didn't have the money. She didn't have the experience of dealing with people. So she had the money. So we put our heads together, we partnershiped, and we.
I think you went mute.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you okay here now? Okay, so when we started, we partnership because we accented others' talents. Like she has talent, I have talent. We brought that together, and that makes a partnership worth it. If you have to have a partnership, whatever you suck at, find somebody that's good at it. Because everybody sucks. I suck at doing numbers. She's perfect. You give her numbers, that's like her treat. Yeah. You give me a problem to solve, I'm going to solve it. So that's why we make a perfect partnership. And we basically just took it from there and went with whatever came at us. If somebody wanted us to do another.
Yep, you muted yourself again.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing nothing. No. I don't know why it's muted, but I'm looking at it. So basically that's what it is. Try to find something that accents your weaknesses and then partner with them to help you out.
And also when you get started, it's very important to talk about who is going to handle what and stay in your lane.
That is awesome. So, and thank you for sharing, because I definitely agree with everything that, you're saying. If I'm like not really strong in the area, I have somebody to be able to reach out to kind of, as we call it, use it as a sounding board. And so I'm not, even though I'm in it for myself, but I'm not by myself. And I like how this community is collaborative, not competing against each other. So this is awesome. So
each other before this, we met at this group. We met. We didn't know each other before this.
Well, that's awesome. And so now, short-term rental. So a lot of people don't really know what is it. Can you explain what short-term rental is? And then,
sure.
How do you make that work? What is that?
Okay, what's in it for the landlord? That's what everybody has to know when they talk to a landlord. Like, this is the guy that's our landlord, and he's part of the community. You have to know how to talk to a landlord when you're going up to them, and you got to tell them the benefits. They're going to have 100% occupancy with their unit because you're going to pay every month. They don't have to worry about doing credit check, background checks. The small repairs we take care of. We handle the guest complaints. There's less wear and tear on the appliances because there's not somebody in here cooking all the time. And also we watch out for the property. We tell them, this is what we should improve. This is what we should improve. So the landlords get all of those benefits without the worries and the hassles of dealing with tenants and everything. And also usually our people that we're putting in here is more like, we're putting in business type people. So they're more upper class, are not gonna, they're not gonna wreck the place or anything like that. So we're putting a better class of person in there that they don't have to worry about. So that's what's in it for the landlord. What's in it for us? Everybody wants to know that. Well, anything we make over rent is profit. So if we, like the studios, we pay $900. Whatever we make over that is profit to us. We don't have to own anything to make money, which is awesome. You're just doing arbitrage. You're just renting. And you're like, it's like something like subletting, but you can't call them a subletter. They are a guest. They're not a renter. And then we don't have to make the major repairs. If a furnace goes out, if an air condition goes out, if a floor is damaged, if a ceiling is leaking, those kind of repairs we don't need to make. And if you own them, you would need to make those.
So wait a minute. So let me make sure I want to make sure that I'm tracking. So we're talking about real estate and real estate investing. And so you're talking about you don't have to own the property. So wait a minute. So you saying you have access to a property that you don't own and you're using it for short-term rentals?
Yes. You do arbitrage. You rent the apartment out and then you furnish it. You have to furnish it. And the most important part, we'll go through and everything. But the arbitrage is the easiest because it doesn't cost you a lot of money. You would have to put 10% down, maybe 25% down on a property to own it. We only have to put rent and security deposit down, and we pretty much can start making money.
So I like how you talked about the landlord. Why would so if I own a place, say a house or let's say apartment complex, right, using arbitrage, and you saying why would a landlord or somebody want you to do this professionally in a way that as y'all are doing it? Why would they want that to happen? I like how you lay that out. Is they don't have to worry about a lot of things because you had that relationship. Did you learn how to have a conversation with the landlords or?
Yes, it's in the classes. It's all in the classes on how to learn how to have a conversation with the landlords. It's all in the classes. They tell you exactly word for word what to ask. Basically, you look for a red sign and you ask these questions and see if you can make a relationship. It's all about relationships. That is the biggest currency of all, is relationships.
Okay, so somebody asked, like, where are y'all? So somebody said, I think they just came on, like, what market are you in? Where are y'all located?
We are located in the Chicagoland area. We're in Aurora, Illinois, which is the outlying suburb of Chicago.
Awesome.
Now, you also have to make sure that your county will let you have short-term rentals, and all you do is call your county.
And the
town. You just call them and ask them, is there any rule against short-term rentals? Some say, like some areas around here, if you go to Chicago, you have to actually live in one unit and rent out the rest. And if you go in some suburbs, you have to rent it out for 3 months minimum. So there are some requirements that you have to look for in your neighborhood. Don't just go out and just rent an apartment and think that you could do a short-term rental. Please do your research, because I don't know all areas. I know the areas that we researched and we knew that it allowed it. Just make sure you call the county, you call everybody to find out if short-term rentals are allowed. You sure don't want to get into a year lease and then find out that you're not allowed short-term rentals.
So it sounds like you're saying get educated, right?
Yeah.
You know, don't just go out on a whim and just, hey, just because, oh, I got some money, I can go do this.
Do your due diligence. That's what you have to do. Do research and research and research. We took a year to do all this stuff. So it takes a while to do it, but with the community help, it can go a lot faster.
Awesome. Yeah. And then somebody put in the chat, they said, hey, you talked about helping people and people help you. And they're like, what's the incentive? Like, why would somebody just help you?
It's just how this community is. I mean, they get the joy of us succeeding. They love it every day. And also now I'm helping her because she had, the one that helped me, she has 15 short-term rentals. She has a hard time keeping up with them. And now I'm helping her by running around, restock her units and everything. And I'm giving back to her. So it's like one hand wash the other one, and you help each other and you keep on giving, and it's just a good feeling. It was nothing, you know, that
I think also it kind of goes back to the old saying of, well, I look at it as giver's gain, that the more that you give out, the more that comes back to you. So, you know, and that's, you don't do it with bad intentions, but for me, I like to see other people succeed. There is enough out there in the world for all of us to be able to be doing some sort of real estate investing and being successful. We don't have to be in competition with each other. There's no reason for that. Because when you get into the competition, that's when you start taking an industry, whatever it is, down a bad path. Because if you're competing, it's all about the bottom line and it's not about helping people. And real estate and all of that should be about helping people. And we all win through helping people. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I like it how, like, so again, I'm in Virginia, right? And y'all in Chicago. And it just because we also do short-term rental, and it is nice to have something in common where you can just pick up the phone and say, hey, I had the situation. How would y'all handle it?
Yep, we do that.
I like that.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
And I loved helping too. But it looks like you're having fun in the picture there. Yeah, so did y'all do all the modeling yourself?
That we put. This is my husband. We call him
Alan the Builder.
Alan the Builder now, because instead of Bob the Builder, he builds all our furniture, our bed frames, and you can see him and Roxanne sitting here building up a couch, a sofa bed. So, but we have fun shopping. We have fun together. We fill up our car to our maximum and everything. And then like this bumblebee stuff in this cart, we made a bumblebee unit. That was all found at the dollar store. So we all like to find bargains and just have fun with it. And then this is more things that we were just doing, getting together. This is another community member was helping us here in the moving truck. Oops. And the moving truck here moved furniture. We moved 4 tables and 36 chairs. And the community members came out and helped us do that too. So it's really nice to have fun, and you know, all we have to do is take them out to lunch.
I like those, you know, hey, you know, let's go do lunch.
Yeah, and we know they know we're gonna bribe them. We said, you have your mussels for lunch.
I like y'all negotiation better. We had our kids with us and we said, hey, let's go do this. They had no choice. but
And this one, I was at the furniture store on the end here, and the lady told me that I will not fit 4 dining room tables, 30 chairs, 1 desk, and some miscellaneous stuff in my truck. I said, do you want to make a bet? I won the bet. I fit it all in there. It fit really tightly, but I fit it all in there. Well, it's
Awesome.
really fun because you get involved with furniture stores too, and you learn to have some fun with them. And you know what? When they get a sofa bed in, or they get a certain kind of furniture that they know we're looking for, guess who they're calling first before they even put it on the website? So you got to make your connections. It's all relationship. Everybody thinks it's money. Not, it's relationships. We form so many relationships with people that they're calling us instead of us calling them.
You know, that's really interesting because I totally agree with you, because as real estate investors, we solve problems. So people say, oh, you're just an investor. No, well, I help solve problems. And a problem could have been is that store had a lot of furniture that they needed a space for. And they say, you know, who can move this a lot quicker than having somebody just come in buy one or two chairs? And you was able to provide that service to them by taking a whole bunch at one time.
Yep. And then, of course, this one, I'm slave driving these people. Of course, I make, you know, this was like a little Cinderella act. She washes the floors with her hands and knees. And I said, you make me feel like a wicked witch of Cinderella.
So wait a minute. So wait a minute. You can have fun and do this too? Oh my gosh.
Lots of fun. And then this is my son, when he was painting the cabinets, he was trying to roll out the paper and he was like, yeah. So I was like, oh, this is just funny.
That's awesome.
That we do when we get the units. We like the cabinets to be semi-gloss, and they paint them flat. So we paint them semi-gloss. So that's something that we add value to the thing. We also add like a backsplash. So we're adding value to the apartment for the landlord. And then if we ever leave it, he still gets that. So he gets the value in the apartments when we leave them because they're better than we got them.
That's awesome. So I'm looking to see that everybody's saying, hey, you know, relationship is rich, you know. And it's somebody asked, okay, which plan did you guys start with? I'm not really, but don't worry about that just yet. But I'm just looking at most of the comments. They're agreeing with exactly what y'all talked about. But I like your slide, you know, but why short-term rentals? I mean, there's a lot of strategies, right?
There is a lot of strategies.
Why short-term rentals?
And we picked it because there's not a lot of money to start. We don't have to own the property and you can earn money. And I love earning money in my sleep. So this was a perfect strategy for me. And it's great to start out with. It's like, okay, everybody's talking, they want to start wholesaling. That wasn't an option for me in Illinois. So I had to think of something else that didn't take a lot of money. So that's why short-term rentals came in. And then I just found out that I have the gift to do it. So I love it.
That's awesome. You found a way. You found a way for your passion.
So like the classes teach you is you have to design it for the type of person that you're renting to. We serve the business traveler, traveling nurses, traveling for business that they stay 2 or 3 weeks maybe. So that's who we love to serve. We don't serve the vacationers that often because we're in a suburb of Chicago. So it isn't like we get a lot of vacationers unless they go to the water park that's around the corner and stuff. But we also choose places that have hospitals or some factories, like factories where people are coming in, like electricians. We got electricians, construction people from the factories around here that needed housing for 2 or 3 weeks. And that's who we like to serve. And you always have to make it that they have all the amenities of home. A lot of comments from ours was, I wasn't missing anything. You know, it was like being at home. So we have fully stocked kitchens. We have the linens, the sheets, the blankets, and you got to have a relaxing decor because even if they're working, they want to come back and just relax. And you have to have TVs that have smart TVs that have Roku. You have to have these things and you have to have great internet because if you're serving the working person, you have to have internet and you have to have workstations. And also having beds are important. We usually get queen size beds. We get sofa beds, as many that fits in the apartment. 2 bedrooms, some sides fit 2 sofa beds inside. Studios fit 1, but we get the biggest one that's going to fit. Like you got to imagine people are sometimes 6 foot, 7 foot, you have to imagine them sleeping on a sofa bed that's only 56 inches or 60 inches. You have to make sure that you get quality that you're putting into your units, because you want to keep them for a long time and you want people not to break them. So we had a couple sofa beds that we learned from. A couple futons broke on us. So now I put it down that I have to sit on it and bounce on it. And then if that works, that's a good enough sofa bed for us.
Yeah, I know that we do the exact same thing. What we call it, it was kid proof, right? So we had our kids to go in there and make sure it's kid proof.
I call it Roxanne proof too.
Yeah, and you know what? And somebody asked, the short-term rentals, is it a management? So short-term rental is a strategy. Is one of the multiple strategies as the real estate investors. And matter of fact, the meeting right after this, you can actually ask those more details, and you will learn about the different strategies when it comes to real estate investing. But a question came up is, do y'all supply toiletries as well, like shampoo and soaps and those type of things?
Yeah, we did in the beginning because we didn't think it was important, but as we started dealing with people and we see what their needs were, like somebody suggested if we could have those hanging shower caddies. So I said, oh, that's a good idea. So then we added them to our units. So now we have shower caddies for them to put their shampoo and everything in when they come. But we do supply little shampoos like the hotels do. So people can have it, especially in our studios. We usually get 1 or 2 people. So we
like the small ones, like the hotels do, because the way that we looked at it, especially after COVID and that, it keeps it that nobody has to worry that somebody else used the stuff.
Oh, we have to mute somebody if somebody can help us. Awesome. Go ahead.
Yeah, we do these little ones. They're 1 ounces, and they're like $1 a piece online.
30 cents.
30 cents a piece.
30
okay.
Cents.
See, I'm not good with numbers.
So yeah, so we've got the lotion, the shampoo, and conditioner,
and a body wash.
Yep. So they're all covered.
Do y'all have, like, somebody asked about, do you have daily housekeeping? I guess somebody trying to figure out how do you keep the place clean?
When they move out, when they're end of the booking, we charge them a cleaning fee. And we basically pay a cleaner to come in and clean the units after they move. It's not a hotel, and you don't get daily cleaning. Not unless you request it. I mean, you can charge for it if you want to. There is a place on AirBNB that you can put a daily charge for that if you want to, but we don't do that.
Okay. And what about amenities? What comes with the unit or around the unit or your short-term rentals?
Yeah, we have fully stocked. We're going to walk you around and show you what we put in the units right after the slideshow, if that's okay.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. And this is kind of what we were going to do. So we're going to walk around and go through all of these, what kind of amenities needed, the appliances, the supplies needed in the supply closet for when the cleaner comes in. We have to keep them going. So what we put in the bathroom. So this is a good time that I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. And everybody, if they pin our camera, we're going to walk around the unit. And if you want to open the cabinets while I'm getting this set up. And we're going to show you what we put in our unit. Can you guys see that? I feel like it'll feel light.
Yes, we can see that.
Yeah, we put pots and pans. We put this is a set of 4 because we're in a studio. So we put wine glasses, small dishes, bowls, cups, glasses, and then we keep the dish strainer. We keep some extra supplies for cleaning supplies. We want them to clean. Yep. Garbage bags, we definitely keep. An extra roll of paper towels, we always do. And then they have a full stove. We have a tea kettle. And then because it's a studio, we have small rooms. So we have the microwave cart to go for spice rack, a set of 4 silverware, knife set. We have a Keurig. We keep some extra sugar, tea, and coffee pods. This is just what we like to do. It's not something that you have to do, but we do it. And then we have the microwave, cutting board, and on the bottom we have a toaster and a Brita filter. And then you can see the studio. We have our sofa bed. It is leather because we don't want them to stain it. And it has steel frame. That's what we like to get. If you lift the top, we have a lift top because we found out that a lot of our studios can't handle a desk. So we have a lift top table so they can have their desk because we are business class. So that's what we do there. We have our queen size bed. Then we put some decor on there. We do have a full size mirror. I'm gonna open the storage cabinet while I'm in here. Now in the bathroom, let me turn the lights on here, sorry. In the bathroom in the closet, we keep an iron, extra blanket, an air mattress, that's another bed. We keep an ironing board, we keep a luggage rack, and we keep a little, like we don't have room for a dresser, so we keep a little organizer there. We do have a fan. And then we kind of keep our towels like this. We keep them all on like a hotel would do with one of those racks. We keep a set of 4 for a studio. We do, let's see, gotta make sure that you see it. We do the little deodorant thing. We keep the hand soap. I'm gonna open the curtain to the bathroom and the bathtub. Sorry guys, yep. And see, we have these shower caddies that we put in, requested from one of our tenants or one of our guests. And we have those little shampoos up there.
Awesome.
That's basically what we do. This is an apartment. You want to open the cabinet? Yep. Okay, so the bathroom cabinet, we stock it pretty well. I don't know if you can see it. We have a hair dryer, a first aid kit, toilet paper, and garbage bags. So that's kind of like our amenities that we have for the studios and for the 2 bedrooms that we have. We have 3 studios, 2 2-bedrooms, and 1 3-bedroom. Right.
Oh, so you actually have more rent. I mean, you have more short-term rentals than just this one. Wow.
Yes, yeah, we have 6 of them. They are all rented out, so we couldn't go to any of them. But here, this one is rented out at 4 o'clock today.
Oh, so wait a minute. So we definitely got to make sure that we wrap this up before the top of the hour so y'all can go in and, get things ready for your guests because, the appearance. Do y'all take pictures? Do the guests see the pictures? And people asking questions like, where do you go to get your furniture? I think y'all mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
Insurance.
I'm going to show a screen. I'm going to share screen first.
Yeah, go ahead. Do y'all cover insurance? Do you have insurance on this? Do the landlord cover it? Do y'all cover it?
We have renter's insurance on ours. And that covers, and also AirBNB has their platform that covers if any of the guests wrecked their table, like somebody burned our table by putting a hot pot on our table. Let me get back to the one that we were at. So we have insurance for that. And AirBNB gets it out of the guests because a lot of them do make damage. You don't want to get high-tech stuff because you're going to have some guests that will just not take care of it as much as you would want. So we go for durability and something that can't do stains a lot. And where we get our sofa beds that are cloth, we get them from IKEA because IKEA has removable covers with a 10-year warranty. So we look for something that's going to have the durability. The covers are easily removed. They're Velcroed to the couch. So you just remove them and wash them and put them back. You're going to get stains. We had people that had accidents on it, dogs that have accidents on it. You're going to have that. Yes, we do allow pets. We allow 2 maximum pets in our units. that gives us the upper hand where people don't allow pets, because a lot of people are traveling with pets. We have a truck driver that always comes to us because he likes our units and he can travel with his pet. So he comes to us on his 48-day layover or his week off, and he comes into our units and he knows them by heart now.
Yeah, you're right. Because that's a lot of people who don't allow pets. Like, my units, we don't allow pets, and you have that. So that's really awesome, because I think that answer one to like say these questions, like what happens if there's an issue at the property, and you explain that. And y'all definitely have a system.
We've had to kick people out. We've had some people having a party or some people blocking our cameras. So we've had to get up like at 2 o'clock in the morning and escort them out. This is normal stuff. That's why I took the property management class. That helped me a lot on how to deal with people, and that just, every class is going to help you out on how you can deal with people's attitudes and how to get them out really nicely, but swiftly.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you're going to have these problems. It's not, real estate is always risky, but this is something that you can handle because it's easy to handle it. Not really easy, but it's easy enough.
Yeah,
so,
Maria asked a question about, I think I just lost it. She was asking, like, when y'all got started, did you use your own capital? How did y'all get started?
Yep, you can do that.
When we got started, both of us, we came up with an amount, and each of us from our other businesses contributed to get Women in Rentals started. So, yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
And this is basically, we go, what's your return on investment? Can you still hear us?
Yes.
Okay. So you want to make $800 over the rent and over bills per bed. That's why you want to put as many as you can. Air mattress, sofa bed, any bed you can in there, because you want to make $800 a month over expenses per bed. That's the goal. So this, you can take it away on the finances. She's my finance person here.
Okay. What we are looking at here is a 2-bedroom. It was one of our very first units. We got it starting May 1st. As you can see, we've got monthly rent for this particular unit is $1,400. During the week, we get anywhere between $135 to $155 a night, and that's going to depend on obviously the time of year. And on the weekends, it's a little higher at $150 to $185. So as I said, we've had this one since May. So between May 1st and the end of September, our average monthly cash flow for this unit has been $1,560. Over this same time frame, our average monthly occupancy rate has been 60%. So you do not have to have your units rented every single day of the month in order to cash flow. And for what it cost us to get this unit started, we will have 1 more month and we will have recovered everything, all of our investment. So it'll be a total of 6 months to recover our investment money to get this unit started.
And that's our 2-bedroom. And you can see this is a sofa bed in a living room. It goes out, it's a queen sofa bed. And then we have 2 other beds, and then we have an air mattress. So this sleeps 8 for a 2-bedroom. Okay. This is our 3-bedroom, and we call it a lake house.
Yep.
But you can see here, we put our little backsplash on to kind of splash up the kitchen a little bit. We make sure we have placemats on the kitchen table so we don't ruin it. And now you can see we have 2 sofa beds in this living room because it was big enough to have 2 sofa beds. So that one room holds 4 people sleeping, along with the sofa, with the air mattress that can actually hold another 2. That's 6 people just in that room.
Yep. And so we got this one on June 1st. And our monthly rent is $1,600. You can see what our nightly rental is. Now, you will notice that I have the average monthly cash flow starting in July. And that is because with this unit being as large as it is, we had discussed with the landlord that central air really needed to be put into it because it was going to be ridiculous to get five air conditioners for this place to keep it cool. And he agreed. So it wasn't until towards the end of June that we were able to get the central air in there. So nothing happened for us for June. But on averaging for July through September, we averaged monthly cash flow of $1,270. Now, granted, we would like the monthly cash flow to be, at least what our monthly rent is, but it doesn't always happen. But I'm not going to say no to just shy of $1,300 in monthly cash flow. And that is off of it only being rented 50% of the time. Now, this one, because it's a 3-bedroom, cost us a lot more to get it furnished. And it's only been in operation for a few months. So we've got another 10 months before we will recoup our investment. But I'm okay with that because, like I said, I'm not going to say no to just shy of $1,300 a month in cash flow.
That's really good.
So there's a question. So there was a question. They say, what's the length of time do you lock in your lease with the owner, the landlords?
For a year.
Okay. Awesome. And then somebody asked a question, just going back, your goal is 800 per bed after expenses.
Yep.
And I also see the dates, it's 2022. So This is really awesome.
Yeah. We started in May of 2022. So.
Well, that's a lot of people will say, well, when did you start? And we go May. And they kind of look at us and they're like, when? We go, May. This year, May. There's no need to put a year on it because it's this year. And then they laugh.
This is awesome.
This is our newest unit. Yes. We picked out the cinema unit because we are only about 1.5 miles away from the Paramount Theater. So we wanted to get some kind of theater in ours to bring out people that are staying at the theater and don't want to go home at night and everything. So we made this a decor. We always pick out a theme, and the theme is like around the area. This little circle that you see behind the couch, we finally put our name on Women in Rentals on a sign, and we're welcoming our guests. So that's the first thing they see when they walk in is the cinema curtains, and that's a little balcony out there too, a little place that they can sit 2 chairs. So this was a little special for us because we have our name finally in one of the units and everything. So you could go over the figures.
Yeah. And so again, this is a 2-bedroom apartment. We have window air conditioners, and currently there's just the one in the living room because since we got it in August and it's the end of summer, we figured no sense in investing in any of that until next year because we're already into fall. So we don't have anything there. But September was the only month so far that this has been rented. And as you can see, it was a very profitable month for us. Our occupancy rate was 77% of the time. I mean, this one really surprised us. And what was the most surprising is that all of our rentals for this one came off of the VRBO. Not one came from AirBNB. We have no idea why, but we're not going to argue with it. Verbo is the only place that we've gotten guests from for this one. And it'll take just 5 more months and we will recoup everything that we put into this one. So
also we got our furniture discounted because another member actually is moving to Hawaii and she had an Airbnb and Roxanne knew her again, relationship. Yep. She had the relationship with her. She sold us all this furniture for half price.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And so we went with it.
Again,
so the 2-bedroom, it was $5,000. That's it.
You know, and I I love how y'all keep, you know, saying it over and over, right? We talked about the education. If people want to learn about that, that's in a meeting right after this, but it's the relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Helping each other. You actually solved somebody's problem. They was moving away, and they're like, hey, who can I offload this that would be a benefit for them and a benefit for, you know, for themselves? And that is, you know, well, there's a number price. It's hard to put a price on relationship. You know what I mean? just the pure of helping each other.
You just can't.
Yeah, so we also have that offer came up to us for next week. We're picking up two beds, a sofa bed, and we're picking up more furniture from somebody just because they know us through the community.
Because you're in action, you're doing something, and people, you know, I always like to say is when you're in real estate and you're doing, you're taking, you know, you're taking action, you're moving forward. It's almost like a winning football team or your winning sport team. You got those people who want to jump on the bandwagon. We take it as a negative, but if you look at real estate investing while you're in action, is actually a positive when people want to be able to help support and be able to plug in. And so, wow, this is really awesome.
I know that time is running out. So this is our studio. And
it's just one of them.
This is one of them, and the one that we're in is another one. So we have three altogether. They're the same size as this, but this one fits a little desk in it over there. So I'll let you talk about the finances on that.
And so all of our studios, same thing. The monthly rent is the same. And as a matter of fact, all three of our studios are in the same building, which is kind of nice. We've got two of them that are right next to each other. The other one is on the other side of the building. And we, as you can see, our average monthly cash flow for all three of the studios is just shy of $1,000 a month. So these are, yeah. And you can see we have that on average, our studios are occupied 74% of the month. And based on that, we've got just 2 more months and we will have recouped all of the money that it cost us to get each of them up and going. So studios are kind of our sweet spots. Yeah. And as you can see, that is why.
Yeah. We recoup our money fast from them.
And it doesn't cost as much to get them up and running. It doesn't take as long to get them ready either, because it's,
well, one thing we never discussed is how much it takes us to get it started, like each one. Like on a 2-bedroom, how much did it take us to get started?
Well, the 2 bedrooms, they range they're around, $9,000 to $10,000. And we can usually get a 2-bedroom done in about 10 days. Mm-hmm. A studio, you're talking between $5,000 and $6,000, depending on the motifs that you're going with, because like this one that we're in now is rustic. Rustic stuff costs more than other, stuff does. So you're going to spend about that. We can get a studio done in less than a week because we have a process.
Yeah, it's all three of us building. It's building. It's really funny because this one of our studios, I put it on a listing at Airbnb. I put it on hold, unlisted. Okay. And we were building it. I just wanted to get the verbiage in there. We were just building it. It was unlisted. Airbnb did some kind of update. They accidentally listed it. We didn't know it. We got a booking, 2 days. We had 2 days to flip the unit. Nothing was built.
I called her and I go, why did you put it live already? We haven't even started the dang thing. She goes, no, I didn't put it live. I go, we got booked for Monday and it's Friday. And this has to be ready for Monday.
So we told the guy, the pictures are not on there yet, but we'll text you the pictures as soon as we got it. And this was the truck driver. And he goes, does it have a bed? I go, yes. Does it have air conditioning? Yes. That's all I need.
Because I'm fine.
That is
we were
awesome.
honest with them that the pictures that we put up were just dummy pictures.
They were actually from this unit.
This was from this unit instead of that one. And he said, I don't care. And I was amazed because our team went together, worked 12-hour days and got it done in 3 days. So
having a system in place works. I'm telling you.
You can do it.
So this is what you need to get started. In our opinion, you need knowledge, education, community to help, and a time to create.
That is awesome. I first of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I know that there's a lot of things, a lot more questions people have, but y'all are business women and you got things to do. I know you got to go and move over and start getting the unit ready for your guest that's coming in today. I know your phone was probably blowing up in the sense of booking, because I was looking at my phone and like, oh, we got a booking coming in. So, so do you manage your own stuff? The answer is yes, because somebody asked that question, but you learn how to do that. But to get started, like I said, educate yourself. So if you want to go and jump to the next meeting afterwards, this is the time to reach out to the person who invited you to this meeting so you can go ahead and start that process. Lisa, Roxanne, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you. This was live, right? So I love this. I love the questions. I just love the energy, and y'all inspire me. I mean, we're talking about 2022. Y'all started this. And we're still in 2022, and y'all aspiration is, and you're knocking it in the creek. Hey, in 2 months, y'all,
we were crazy. We also in 2022 had a lot of things going on. Not only having our business, I got married in February of 2022. She moved in May of 2022. And we got 6 units started. So you can do this. Can do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. Hey, Scott Buckle, Yaz, and the rest of the admin team, thank you for allowing us to put this together. Thank you for allowing us to use this platform. Scott, if it wasn't for you to do this, they do this every Saturday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to see the next one, ask the person, you get invited to the next meeting. We are showing real people, busy lives, doing real estate investing. Again, ladies, thank you for your time, and have a good one. And everybody, we see you on the next one. Bye-bye.